You just want to like fit in with the crowd. I know how it is. You don't want to like stick out. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel and another video. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Mara. I'm so happy you guys are here. I am a new hijabi and today's video is going to be a Q&A answering all you guys' questions that you sent over on my Instagram. I screenshotted some questions. I'm just going to go through and answer them, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't yet. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts. I have a Coke here and my ice all melted, but I was like thinking I could like sip on it during this video. I always like to have like something to sip on, but it's like all watered down now, but it still tastes really good. Before we get started, if you haven't checked out my hijab journey story, make sure to check that out. I'll link it down below for you guys. It's the video before this one, and it just talks about my story from when I started thinking about it to now, and I just went into like more detail about that. So if you guys want to check out my journey, then make sure to go check out that video. But for this first question, it says, when did you know you were ready to put it on? So I knew I was ready to put it on when I would put it on like in public, when I was trying it out, you know, like trying to go out with it in public, and then I would come home and I would take it off, and then I just started feeling uncomfortable about not wearing it out in public. So when that feeling hit me, that's when I really knew that I was ready to start it. And I don't know, I just had this really special feeling in my heart, and that's why I keep telling you guys, like, you will literally like feel it in your heart once you're ready. And I just felt that feeling. I felt uncomfortable going out without it, and I was like, that's it. Tomorrow morning, which was April 21st, I woke up and I was like, today's the day. I'm gonna put it on, and that's it. And I never went back, and I'm so happy about my decision. Okay, moving right along to the next question. This one says, do you think you'll be able to use most of your current wardrobe to fit your new style? And the answer is yes. I've definitely already been wearing most of everything that I was wearing before, which is so great because it wasn't just like such a huge shock to me. Thankfully, like even before I became a hijabi, like I dressed modest. I didn't really show a lot of skin. The only thing that is different or new to me is obviously covering my hair and my sometimes like I would wear like, you know, shirts that came down to here, so like a little bit of my chest and my neck was always showing, so that's something I'm having to work on. Also sometimes I would wear like, I used to wear like, you know, like short sleeve that would come up to right above my elbow. I would wear short sleeve, so now I'm having to wear long sleeve, obviously. So those are two things that I've been having to, you know, work on. I've just been wearing like long sleeve under things, and I also have dresses that are like midi length, which comes to like middle of my calf, and I'm trying to now wear like longer dresses. So if my dress is midi length now, I'm like putting a pair of leggings underneath. So those are just three things that I've been trying to work on, but other than that, alhamdulillah, like I kind of eased myself into it because my wardrobe was already pretty modest, so it wasn't just like a huge shock, you know what I mean? So that is a suggestion I would give to you guys if you're thinking about wearing a hijab. Like, start it off slow, just so it's not just a huge shock to you and you're like, whoa, like I'm having to change, you know, my whole wardrobe. Maybe like work on, if you're wearing short sleeve, like start wearing long sleeve. If you wear like tight clothes, like try to start like wearing looser clothing, just like things like that. This question says, will I miss showing my hair? And honestly, I thought about this question. I was like, I'm sure like I'll get to a point in time where I will sometimes miss showing my hair, because I feel like that's normal. Like since I'm going through such a huge change, I haven't experienced it yet, but I'm still very new to this, and I kind of wanted to add on to that if I do feel that feeling, I'll just have to like remind myself like why and who I'm doing this for. And I know that will just instantly like snap me back into reality and be like, you know what, like I'm doing this for God, for Allah, and I'm being rewarded for this, and I'm so happy that I was even placed into this path, and that is what's going to help me keep going, inshallah. This question says, do you feel as though people have treated you differently once putting the hijab on? And since I've like officially started going out in a hijab, like I will say the first time I went out, it was super scary because it was so new to me. I wasn't like a official hijabi yet. I was just like practicing with it and going out with it. It was super scary. I did feel like people were staring, but then after that, the second time I went out with it, I honestly didn't care. I don't know, I didn't notice anyone looking at me, and if they did, I'm in a different mindset now to where like I don't care as much as I did at the beginning. But I will say I definitely have been getting like more attention. Like when I walk in somewhere, like people will look at you, which is okay, but like when I make eye contact with them, they usually like smile at me. So it hasn't been any negative experiences, and I hope I don't experience any negative experience. I hope no one experiences anything negative. I live in a small town and people here aren't very open-minded, so I'm definitely going to be getting stares. But it's okay. I mean, people here just, you know, they don't see it often, so it's just something new to them. I don't think that they're staring to be rude. I think they're just staring out of curiosity. This question says, did you second guess the hijab once putting it on? No, alhamdulillah, I did not. This was something I was really scared about, and that's why it took me kind of a while to announce it. Because as you guys know, I actually like started wearing it on a day. I didn't announce it till 2 weeks later because I didn't want to put myself in that position to be like, you know, second guessing it. But alhamdulillah, I did not, and that's why I waited to announce it. And I'm glad I did it the way I did because it just worked out so perfectly. This question says, who inspires me to wear the hijab? And honestly, it's not just like one person. There's like so many people. I'm just gonna kind of name a few. First and foremost, my mom, my biggest supporter ever. She is the one that truly inspired me to wear the hijab because I know that she wants what's best for me, and she prayed for me literally so much and made so much dua for me. So for that, I can never repay her. And so she's definitely my number one. My sister, obviously, she's been wearing it since she was little. She really inspires me because she was so brave to come here when she was like literally 15, 16, go to high school with it. And we lived in the smallest city ever, and there was like literally no Muslims. Like we were the only Muslims, and she was the only hijabi in that whole entire school. And for her to just do that and be so brave and go to high school with it, I don't know how she did it, but I'm sure that she was rewarded so much for that. So she truly inspired me. And my sister-in-laws, both of them, they both wear hijab, Lena and Rania. They both really inspire me. And then all of you guys, anyone that's ever left me a sweet comment, sweet message, y'all inspired me as well. So I thank you guys. And those are just a few, but there's literally so many to name. Okay, this question says, how did your husband feel about it? And I've got this question a lot, but thankfully, like Mustafa, he's been so supportive. Obviously, when he married me, I wasn't a hijabi, and I feel like that's why people are like so curious. But thankfully, alhamdulillah, he's been so supportive. He just told me like, do whatever makes you happy, whatever will make me most comfortable, most happy. Like that's what he was happiest with. So he's been someone that inspired me as well to start it because he was just so supportive of me. Thankfully, like alhamdulillah, you guys, all my family has been so supportive. Like both of my brothers, my sister, my mom, all my relatives, like all my friends, all my family, and all of you guys, everyone in my life has been so supportive, and it makes everything so much easier. Okay, this one says, what was the push motivation to start wearing hijab? Honestly, Ramadan. I don't know, Ramadan is just such a special, blessed month, and I just made so much dua, and my mom made so much dua, and you know, alhamdulillah, our duas got accepted, and it was just such an easy transition. I think that was really the push. It's just like Ramadan, I don't know, I felt like something, I just felt something I had never felt before, and it gave me the push I needed. This one is a good question I wanted to answer. It says, did you feel like you lost any confidence after becoming a hijabi? And I don't know if you guys have like heard me talk about this before, but one of my main worries like before I started hijab was like, I was so worried I wasn't gonna feel like beautiful in it. I was gonna feel like I just wasn't as beautiful as I was, you know, before. But honestly, you guys, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel more beautiful in the hijab than I do without. And I think it's just like a special feeling that Allah gives me to just make this transition easier. But yeah, I feel more confident in it. Like when I walk into a room now, I'm just like, you know, like, I don't know, I just feel more confident in it. And yeah, that's how I feel. It's a very special feeling, I will say. This one is a really good one. It says, any tips on being confident when seeing people for the first time with the hijab on, especially non-Muslims? This was something I'm still so worried about it. I haven't seen like all my non-Muslim, like, you know, friends or just people, acquaintances, even the Muslims around me. I was worried for them to see me the first time. It's just something that's so different and so new, and that's why I wore it on Eid, because I wanted to get it over with. So I literally got it over with. Everyone saw me that day with hijab on at the masjid, so it was really nice that I got that out of the way. I guess I can tell you guys this like story. So I had a dentist appointment because I had 2 cavities I had to get taken out, which was like so annoying. But I've been going to this dentist and the same dental hygienist for 3 years now, I think like 4 years, for 4 years now. Okay, so they've seen me, they know me, like we always talk so much when like when I have to go get my cleanings and stuff. Well, the last time I saw her, which was literally like 2 months ago, okay, I wasn't wearing a hijab yet. It was before Ramadan. And then I was like, oh my god, I have to show up to get my cavities out with a hijab on, because obviously I'm a hijabi now. But that thought just like, oh my god, it like, I don't know, it was like eating at me. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna say? Like they're gonna ask me so many questions, they're gonna be like looking at me funny. But I went in and I just didn't say anything, and they didn't ask anything, and it was perfectly fine. So I was like worrying about it for nothing. But this feeling is so normal. That's why I wanted to speak about it, because like everyone goes through it, and I'm still going to be going through it until I see everyone that I've ever came across before, you know, with my hijab on now. So it's just something you have to go through. But don't get in your head too much, because it's really not as big of a deal as you make it out to be, because trust me, I did the same. This one is a good question as well. You guys asked me really good questions. It says, how do you explain to non-Muslims why you're wearing it? So I haven't had to do this yet. If I were to do it, because I do have like Christian friends, and if they were to ask me, I'm obviously going to answer and tell them. So this is my answer, and if you guys have a better answer, like don't be afraid to type it down below. But this is what I would say. I would say, like, in our holy book, our Quran, it is mentioned in there that women are obligated to wear it. So it is part of my religion, and as a Muslim, I'm always wanting to grow my faith with God, and this is something that will help me get closer to him, is wearing the hijab. And he really put this feeling into my heart, and yeah, that's why I decided to wear it. I always want to like stress the fact that I was not forced to wear it, because so many people are always thinking like, oh, she was probably forced to wear it, like her husband forced her to wear it, or her mom, or you know, like these thoughts are always coming into their heads because they truly don't know. So I always want to stress the fact, like I wore it because I truly felt like I was ready. So it was all coming from me, and it was all to get closer to God. Okay, this one says, I'm a teenage girl struggling to start my hijab journey. Any advice? How should I start? So my advice would be to, number one, please do not rush it, because if you rush it and you're truly not ready to start, then you are just not gonna be happy with it. So take it slow, practice, try to wear it outside. Just go out with it, even if it's just driving in the car. You don't have to like go down with it. Just like, you know, try it on, see how you feel in it, see how you like it, and go from there. And pray so much for it, because Allah obviously doesn't want us to struggle, and our religion is all about ease and comfort and peace. So just pray for comfort and peace, and that will, and inshallah, like God will help you and ease you, and may your transition be so easy, and I'm making so much dua, and inshallah you will wear it with pride. This one says, how to get used to being a hijabi. I feel like it's not me every time I wear it, and trust me, you're not the only one that's felt this. Like even for me at the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. Like you just don't feel comfortable in it because it's something that's so new to you. But it's really just you getting in your head. Like it really is. At the end of the day, it's just your own thoughts, and you know it's something new to you, and you don't want to stick out, and you just want to like fit in with the crowd. I know how it is. You don't want to like stick out, but I promise, like once you get out of your head and just focus on why you're doing it in the first place and who you're doing it for, you will just not care anymore. And just pray. Like I said, prayer is just the answer to everything. Okay, this one says, is the unwanted attention difficult? I would love to wear hijab but don't want attention. And unfortunately, like in the world that we live in, especially like where I live, I don't know where you live, if there's a lot of Muslims there, but where I live, like there's not many, and people here are not very open-minded. So unfortunately, the times are very tough right now, like versus if we lived overseas with like so many Muslims and so many hijabis. You're gonna get some attention. But I will say, like, the attention is not, it's not necessarily like bad attention. It's just like people, you know, out of curiosity. Some people genuinely like don't know, because they're not around this as much as we are and how much we know. I always used to think like, oh, people are just so rude, like quit staring at me or whatever. But like honestly, like I've changed my mindset, because some people just don't know. Like they really don't know. They didn't grow up around Muslims so frequently, some of them, and it's good to educate them. I always see it as an opportunity to educate. Okay, I'm gonna make this my last question because I don't want this Q&A to be too long. But it says, how does your mom feel? Saw her comment on your post. I can tell how happy she is. Make sure to check out my other video because I filmed her whole reaction, but she's just over the moon, so excited for me. And like I said, she was my #1 supporter throughout this whole journey, and I just love her from the bottom of my heart, and she's the one that truly inspired me to wear it. So I love you, mama. She always watches my videos. All right, you guys, well, that was the last question. Thank you guys for everyone that sent a question in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.